And in today's video, I got something special to share with you. So back in September of 2022, I embarked on a journey that I called Monk Mode. And it was a time when I decided to renounce all distractions and just put all the effort into myself and my business. Now, part of doing Monk Mode was to give up alcohol completely. Now, alcohol has always been a part of my life since I was 18 years old. It started with being in the basement of my friend's house, hiding from his parents and drinking Kahluas and chocolate milk until I ended up throwing up in his basement, to partying pretty much multiple times every single week and getting myself trashed to the point where sometimes I would not even remember what I did. And the thing about alcohol is that it's just this accepted part of society. You are actually weird if you don't drink. It reminds me of this quote, and I'm paraphrasing, where I think it came from Chris Williamson, where he said that
for some reason, alcohol is the only drug where if you don't do it, people assume you have a problem.
And that kind of sat with me a little bit. It was always a part of my life. It was always a part of like my social fabric of like who I was as a person. And I never really took any time away from it. And it wasn't until I watched this episode from Andrew Huberman about quitting alcohol. Actually, it wasn't even about quitting alcohol. It was about the effects that alcohol has on your body.
No consumption, zero consumption, consumption of 0 ounces of alcohol is going to be better for your health than low to moderate consumption of alcohol.
And I'm going to link to it down in the description. And that video literally changed my life. And the reason why it changed my life was because I always thought drinking alcohol was healthy. I always thought that moderate alcohol drinking or drinking alcohol was correlated with a long life. I thought that drinking red wine was one of the healthiest things that you could do for your body because of the polyphenols and resveratrol. But then I realized that in order to get the amount of resveratrol that you need from red wine, you would need to drink a massive amount, probably to the point where you're just gonna get massively drunk. And with all that being said, I never knew what life was like without alcohol. And I wanted to test myself. I wanted to see what exactly would happen without relying on it as a way to lubricate myself socially, as a way to escape my problems, whatever it is. I wanted to see what life would be like without it. And the way in which I drink, it evolved over time. So in my 20s, I would drink literally to the point where I would just need to get plastered. It would just go to me being on the streets of Hong Kong, literally passing out on the streets. And then my friends would take makeup and all this kind of stuff and just like paint all over my face. I have great friends, what can I say? And in my 30s, it turned into something social where every single time I'd go to see a friend, we would have a drink. It would be just part of the way that we socialize with each other. And then when I was in my 40s, right now I'm 44 at the time of doing this, it turned into something I did pretty much every single week. I would go out on date nights with my wife, we would grab a drink, and I would probably grab a couple more because there's just something about being buzzed and drunk that I kind of just gravitated to. So in September 11th, 2022, I made a bold decision to stop drinking. And essentially I took an entire year away from alcohol. So in this video, I want to show you everything that I learned and also the conclusion that came out of it. Now, it might actually shock you what I have decided to do with drinking alcohol. So watch all the way to the end and you'll see exactly what I mean.